latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Just received in our...
Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Ike Sala stream. Whether you're viewing from Facebook, YouTube, or my home abode, Twitch, I'm sure you've heard of the latest news. Amy Cooper, no relation to Anderson Cooper, has had all of her charges dropped from her recent incident with a local bird watcher. And if you don't remember who Amy Cooper is, okay? I'm going to give you a firm reminder of who Amy Cooper is. Let's check this out, shall we?
Please don't come close to me.
I'm taking pictures calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
Hey, Shawnee.
Would you please stop? Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking pictures calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
Excuse me?
Wow.
I'm sorry, I'm in a ramble. And
Oh my god, she's going to hang that dog.
man, African-American, who has a bicycle helmet. He is recording me and threatening me and my dog. There is an African-American man. I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And my...
Holy shit.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops immediately. I'm in Central Park in the ramble. I don't know.
Hey, Aqua.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, that was a spectacle, right? Yeah. I think that we can all agree that was pretty fucking racist. But Amy Cooper, who's had charges filed against her, recently has had all of those charges dropped. Charge against Amy Cooper dropped after completing racial bias education program. Let's read. Let me start here. The white woman who called police on black man in Central Park last May after she completed education and therapy classes on racial equity. They dropped her case. Given the issues at hand, Miss Cooper's lack of criminal background, we offered her consistent with our position on many misdemeanor cases involving a first arrest, an alternative. Wow. Restoring justice resolution. Designed not to punish, but to educate and promote community healing. Assistant DA Joan Elizabeth said in court. The Critical Therapy Center provided classes to Cooper that focused on ways in which Miss Cooper would appreciate the racial identities shape our lives, but we cannot use them to harm ourselves or others. Having completed 5 sessions, Miss Cooper's therapist reported that it was a moving experience and that Miss Cooper learned a lot in their sessions together. Amy Cooper had been charged with falsely reporting an incident in 3rd degree. Lizzie moved to dismiss the charge, and the judge granted the motion. The statement said, the charge stemmed from a May 25th confrontation in wooded areas. Oh, no. That's a different thing here. So let's read some of the quotes from this. I'm taking a picture and calling the cops, she says in a video of the incident. I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life. A 911 dispatcher called her back and she repeated the accusation, adding that the man tried to assault her, according to Manhattan District Attorney C.V. Vance Jr.'s office. When responding, officers arrived. Miss Cooper admitted that the male had not tried to assault or come in contact with her, released from the DA's office said. So, let me say my piece on this. There's something that that we often don't talk about when it comes to incidences like these, right? I think that we need to talk about how the criminal justice system handles cases based on gender. And with regards to Amy Cooper, the fact that she was let off because she had therapy sessions is unbelievable given the circumstance that she put Christian Cooper, no relation, in. And there's this unique ability with white women, okay? Even if you are one, it's not personal to you. Just saying the facts here. It's this very unique talent that you all possess that can work in a good way, but often works in a very negative way. It is the ability to frame yourself as the victim regardless of who is wrong in the situation. So in this circumstance, the reason why Amy Cooper felt so confident in speaking about how she was threatened, which she clearly wasn't, was because she knew that she held the power to have someone beaten or murdered. And you see this a lot. This is where the Karen fandom came from, right? You know, Karen's calling the police because she knows that she has the ability to inflict harm through a proxy like the police. And that is an incredibly irresponsible use of the already on edge and power crazy law enforcement. And let me just tell you a quick story, one that I've spoke about on stream, because I've been victim to this before. When I was about 17, I went to a 7-Eleven that was down the block from my house. And I was online, I was checking out my things, and I said, hey, before you finish scanning, I'm going to pay in cash. You know, don't charge my card. That was by accident. And the guy reaches over and clicks credit anyway. And I'm like, hey, why did you charge me? I just said I was going to pay cash. Why did you charge my card? And so he goes, well, first he throws my stuff to the side, and then he goes, get out of here. You're causing too much trouble. Blah, blah, blah. So then I'm like, no, can you please give me my money back? And so immediately he picks up the phone and calls the police and says, there is a large black man here causing disruption. Everybody's scared. I'm fearing for my life, etc. And he goes on and on and on. And now me, 17-year-old me, is stuck in a position where I can't leave because I can never come back here again. So I have to wait. I have to wait for the police to come, right? And the police end up coming, and there are 4 squad cars outside. 4 of them. And the police officer comes in here, and he looks at me first, and he's confused. And he's yelling at the cashier because he was expecting a dangerous situation that him and his colleagues were readily prepared for. And I don't think I said this part on stream, but for a moment when I was waiting, I was calling my mom because I needed to call somebody to help me out so I don't say anything stupid to get myself in trouble. The police officer turns to me, and then he goes, you're lucky we saw you through the glass of the front door, because we were prepared for something else. And basically what that means is from the call that the 7-Eleven guy gave to the 911 dispatcher, they were expecting to shoot some shit up. They were expecting some huge 6'8" dude out here throwing shit around, threatening people. And then he literally told me, you know, if we didn't see how small you were, things would have turned out differently. And that moment in my life really stuck with me because I never forgot it. Even as I grew up, because back then it was just something I don't want to think about. But growing up, and I see these people calling the police on black people, and I think that they do know what they're doing. I'm not buying this, oh, they just didn't know what racism was. They didn't know they were being racist. No, it was worse. They knew that due to the color of their skin, due to the position that they are in our beautiful social hierarchy, their words mean more than a black person. Therefore, they have the ability, when it comes to a he said, she said type of situation, to have someone killed. And when it comes to Amy Cooper here, the reason why I hold so much disdain and why I've been keeping up so much with this story is because this was a story of my own at one time. And it may not just be a white woman, it may not be a white guy, it can be anyone who isn't African American that wants a specific outcome. Because realize, in the call that she made, when she was strangling her dog to death, right? She is almost like yelping, almost crying in her response as they're asking questions, you know, about what's going on. She's playing it up. This should count as attempted murder. I'm sorry. If you are explaining that someone is assaulting you and cops show up on the spot and say they see you in the wrong position so that it looks like you're about to attack someone and they shoot you to prevent that from happening, you put that into motion. You put those steps towards that person's murder in motion. This should not just be, oh, false report to the police. This should be 10 times worse. And it's just so crazy how 5 sessions of therapy alleviates you from something like this. It is fucking disgusting. And this guy could have died. He could have died. If you would have left, and that's why he stayed. If he would have left, they would have went and searched for him. Made it look way worse. And we can't ignore shit like this. Know that when people do this, they're not just irresponsibly reporting on the police. Oh, like, oh, yo, I was just out of my head, and I was, no. They deliberately try to kill somebody. Whether they know it or not, which they oftentimes fucking do, like in this case, knew the power that they hold and executed and enacted on that power. So, this isn't... I know that Karen culture became very, very popular back in the day. Well, not back in the day, in current day. But realize the outcomes that people like this can produce. Interesting. Therapy. Slap on the wrist. If this happened with anybody else, there wouldn't be this amount of leniency. And like, when I start to experience, because I hate using the term white privilege so much, because conservatives have made it almost an identity to react to the word to the word white privilege as something that's just inherently an attack on white people, etc., etc. No. This is a prime example. Did you remember the video of the woman that was preventing the black guy from entering the hotel, entering the building in which he lived in? Oh, wait, hold on. Amy Cooper's attorney issued a statement on Twitter thanking the DA's office for a thorough and honest inquiry. Our office will pursue a resolution on this case which holds Ms. Cooper accountable while healing our community, restoring justice, and deterring others from perpetuating this racist practice. What do you mean holding her accountable? Her charges are dropped. This is fucking insanity. What is accountability in the criminal justice system? Like, all right. I'm just going to continue because I guess that ends my segment here. But let me just exit with a closing statement. White privilege is something that is not just a little advantage or a little, slap on the wrist card or whatever. It can transform into hiring an executioner to decide the fate of someone's life. Like this situation ended pretty well, right? The guy's alive, she's alive, the dog's alive, thank God. But I can imagine many scenarios which this did not end well. Because from what she described, much like what the 7-Eleven guy, how he described me, the police that would have arrived on scene would have prepared for a situation in a completely different manner. And it's important to understand how dangerous shit like this is. And the next time this happens, I hope there's more of a push to lock this piece of shit up forever. I don't give a fuck. This is way better. This is way worse than what the media is portraying it out to be. Like she fucking forgot what racism was. Like, this is not, oh, I didn't know that this was racist. Oh, I didn't know. No. This was you knowing you had the power over this man and that the cops would believe you over him 10 times out of 10. So don't give me this shit.
Do you think it's possible that they shredded ballots in Fulton County?
No,
You sure, Brian?
I'm sure.